Hey everybody, welcome back to the vlog. Well, I'm on the move again. It's such a beautiful day today. The sun is out, there's not a cloud in the sky. I've been in on the Stourbridge Canal for far too long. I had arranged with the Canal River Trust to stay here another week, but shit, 3 weeks in one spot's way too much. I get bored after 2 days. You know, so I've just got to keep on moving again. My legs seem to be okay. My cat's leg seems to be okay. I'm getting a little bit low on water, so I've got to get to a water point anyway. So I just figure, well, I'll just keep on, get myself down to back to the Stafford Worcestershire Canal. But look at that behind me. Oh, it's just a lovely time on the canal. You know, beautiful colours, yellows and greens all mixed in together, reds, beautiful, absolutely stunning. So I have, in case you're wondering, sorry, something fell down there. I was just like, what the hell's that? I try and secure everything before I go, but you know, obviously a few things miss, so fall down. If you watched my live stream the other night, you've learnt that my stove's not on its last legs. So I put it on my group, the Yogurt Pots, about, you know, what to do about a new stove, and loads of comments and opinions and suggestions. Because, you know, it's that time of year, isn't it? We're all talking about keeping warm, so we all want to know what the best stove is and what have you. The problem with my little Newport here, it just doesn't, it's thin plated stainless steel, it just doesn't burn coal, and it gets freezing in England. So, I mean, it kind of did an okay job last year, but who knows what this winter's going to be like, you know? It could be, so I've got the sun in there, haven't I? It could be, we could get a blizzard, you know. So I just need to make sure I upgrade my stove. I found a really good one on eBay actually. I had thought about getting a Boatman stove or a Hobbit, but they're just a bit too pricey, you know. I found one on eBay, it's cast iron, made in China. But then what isn't made in China these days? I mean, come on, you know. Oh, I could use my horn now. I'm coming around a blind bend. Woo. Where is it? Oh yeah. So yeah, I found a 5 kilowatt cast iron stove for under £300. It's got reasonably good reviews. And I just need to buy the flue and the chimney and all that kind of stuff, drill a bigger hole in my roof, that sort of thing. It's going to be a bit unpleasant for a day or two while I do all that, because if it's nice like today, it would be absolutely perfect, but yeah, I need to action that as soon as possible. I did start dealing with a guy up in Manchester who makes the Boatman stove, but he just faffed me around too much, you know. He told me they had a stove. I was going to get a custom stove made with an extended hot plate and extendable legs, so I could cook on it, so I could get up my cast iron skillet and do an Aussie barbecue in the middle of winter. I thought that'll be hilarious. And he told me he had one ready to go, and I'm like, okay, well, he said he needed a £50 deposit. I had that ready to go. And then ring the next day and, oh no, it's already gone. I'm like, but you just told me you had it. So he frigged around. Oh, you haven't sent the emails? I said, well, no, mate, I've actually sent you 2 emails now. Clearly you don't check your emails. And I recorded details of our conversation because I just didn't trust this guy. It's Northern Fabrication. I'm really busy at the moment, and I'm like, okay, look, just forget it. You know, he doesn't accept PayPal, he doesn't accept card payments. And I'm just like, you know, you're an unknown quantity. Just because you've got a website and setting up a shop doesn't mean you've got any credibility. So forget it. I need reliability, and you know, I trust eBay and I trust PayPal. If anything happens, you know, I can always make a complaint through them. You know, if I give him my dough and then because he said to me, oh yeah, well look, I'll make you one up in 2 weeks, you know, because I need it desperately, right? Because my stove's about to wear out. The thin plate inside it has completely worn away, so I can't really burn coal in there now. He said, oh yeah, I'll make you one, you know, give me a couple of weeks. And I'm like, I could just see it, you know, I've been burnt with situations like this before. I could just see it, you know, in 2 weeks time I'll ring him up and say, how's my stove going, is it ready? And he'll sort of turn around and make an excuse, oh no, I've been too busy, I'll get to it next week. And I've got no recourse. So I'm like, I can't deal with that now. I need it now, or at least a guaranteed delivery. And you know, his £50 deposit was actually one of his own terms and conditions, and he said not even to bother with that. So I had no quote, no receipt or anything like that. I wouldn't have got any of that. And I'm like, yeah, not worth it. So I've got a cast iron stove on order, and his was only steel anyway, so this one's cast iron, and it's half the price that he was charging as well. So, and I'll just get a piece of metal to make my own hot plate. I'll just save 50 quid by doing that too. Yeah, so I've got that on order. I'll just get the flue bits, and so for 300 quid I've got, you know, a stove with all the bits coming. I've just when I get back down to civilization, you know, I'll go to the hardware store and get all the silicon and other bits and stuff that I need. So I should hopefully in a couple of weeks time have a new stove, which would be awesome. One that I can, you know, chuck the coal in, especially when it gets really cold. Yes, it does take a lot longer. I'll do a review of it as well. It does take longer to heat up, but once it's hot, it stays hotter for longer. I probably should have done that originally, to be fair, but I didn't know any better at the time, you know. A few people have mentioned getting those cheap Chinese diesel heaters, and I was so against them when I got told about them. Mainly because I didn't trust anything that was manufactured in China, but you know. But also at the time I had no 12-volt system, and it does require a fair amount of power to start up and continuously burn, and then it's another fuel I've got to buy. You know, it's bad enough having to buy petrol, let alone having to buy diesel as well, and yeah, it's just, and then you got to deal with exhaust, and anyway, so I've stuck with a solid fuel, multi-fuel stove. And I love the visual of a stove, you know. It's very shaky there. I'm gonna see if I can speed up a little bit. It's a vibration. It yeah. Anyway, so that's where I'm up to. Really looking forward to getting down to Kidderminster and getting back into the pool. It's been ages since I've been swimming. Hopefully Kidderminster and that area will remain at medium level coronavirus bloody bullshit, you know. Because if it goes into high or very high, the gyms will shut, as will the pubs, you know. So fingers crossed. I'd really like to do some rehab on my knees. I've kind of injured the other knee now a little bit. It's not too bad, you know, I'm okay, you know. I'm fit enough to do some locks, so that's what I'm doing today. I'm going to go down and do the Stourbridge locks, the 4 locks to get me down back onto the Stafford Worcestershire Canal, and then probably the Shiponi lock. And then see if I can get down to at least Kinver for tonight. Maybe spend a few nights down. There's a lovely pub down there I'd like to try out. And I can get water and dump rubbish and all that kind of stuff, which I need to do. So anyway, that's all for me, folks. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Stay safe, everyone. No, it's real shit at the moment, isn't it? All these new restrictions and all that kind of stuff. So, but look after yourselves, stay safe, and I'll talk to you all very soon. See ya.